Hey gang, Paul Studpack, welcome back to our channel. We are here at our in-between project at my daughter's house, remodeling their kitchen, dining room, the whole first floor. Who knows, probably the whole house before we're done. And in our previous video, you saw me and the gang move all the copper pipes that were here, going into this wall, under the slab, had to reroute everything. It came out great. We got all these wires to move, but before we do all that, I think I want to move the roof load. We got a 2-story house, second story here, attic here, roof load bearing down on these walls, which you want to remove. I got all the tools, all the material in the attic. Let's head up there, move some roof load, tear down these walls. All right, here's our attic. I love coming in the attic through this door instead of the old pull down door. Now you're gonna see a lot of stuff in the background that needs attention. We gotta insulate the PEX lines. We gotta run this through the roof. We gotta run the bathroom exhaust duct through the roof. We found this water heater pan full of water. We vacuumed it out. The water's not back, so we know this isn't leaking. But if you look up here, rainwater is coming down the roof jack. So Rad's got to get on the roof and fix that. We got dirt daubers everywhere. We're going to fix all that. We got electrical receptacles where you can see into the conditioned space on the other side. We're going to fix all that. But what we want to do today is take this forest of 2x4s and move it so the load is on a load-bearing wall that's going to remain and not the ones we're going to take out. But before we start on any of that, I want to get rid of this 2x4 right here. I banged my head on it, I got to step over it, and to me, all it's doing is holding up this ductwork. Originally, it was a brace during the framing. How do I know that it's not structural right now? Because there's only one nail holding it in. Let's cut this apart and we can use it over there. I got our air compressor set up downstairs, 100 foot of hose dragged up here. Still on the pneumatics, We found some 2x6s and 2x8s in the corner. So I cut one of them into a 20-inch block. All right, here we go. We're all masked up because whenever we use a pneumatic tool like this in an attic, it blows this insulation all in the air, drives us all crazy. So we're protected there. And I'm gonna start right here on your left. This 2x4 right here spans under the halfway point of all these 2x6 roof rafters. And the end of it is simply nailed to this one. So since I'm taking this brace out, I'm gonna feel a lot better if I put that block there to transfer this load to that wall. Yep, and we're even gonna make it level. I need a light or some of your good eyes.
I think it looks good from here.
It looks good? Yeah. All right. George's like, send it. All right guys, just taking it one at a time. Since we're supported here now, and here, I'm gonna take this one out. I don't even think it was nailed on the bottom. No, it wasn't. It was just sitting there. So frustrating sometimes. But it makes it easy to demo. Yeah, we'll leave that one until we get our next brace in. Hey gang, a real quick break to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, AG1. What is AG1? It says right on the package. It's comprehensive, convenient daily nutrition, 75 vitamin, minerals, and whole food source ingredients made for just about everybody. AG1 is validated by research and it's formulated to help your gut, your brain, your whole body thrive. Now at home, I have a beautiful canister AG1 sent me with a special scoop. But I'm on the road today. We're at Summer and Rad's house, and I need a little late morning boost. So I got one of these awesome travel packs. Used a bunch of these last week when we were on the road. Dump it in my little container. It's hot, so I got some ice in there, 8 ounces of water, quick shake, and I'm ready to go. And we love the way it tastes. AG1 is full of nutrients to support your immune system and energy production. It's also full of probiotics and antioxidants to support your immune system. So guys, if you're looking to up your nutritional game with a simple daily habit like AG1, click the QR code right there or go to drinkag1.com/studpack. You're gonna get a special limited edition gift on top of the welcome kit when you subscribe. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring the video. We really appreciate it. Let's get back to work. All right guys, I got my 6-foot brace, my very first one. I've got it against my ceiling joist right there. I've got it against this 2x4. And to get the angle, I'm just gonna scribe it in place. All right, pass that to Rad. He's gonna make that cut. Then I can put this on top of that joist and make my top cut. No measuring, no angle finders. Just let the room tell us where to make the cuts. All right, there's our first board cut to fit. Now this is at an angle. It's not bearing solely on here. So what I think I'll do, I'll cut like a wedge up here to flush out with this plane of the 2x4 brace. And then we'll put like a plywood gusset here. Probably don't need all that, but I like it, so that's what I'm gonna do. First, let me nail this off. It's already stronger than it was 5 minutes ago, huh? All right, guys, making good progress. We're basically building our own little truss in the attic to transfer all the loads. As you can see, we already got that one done. We could leave it like this, but we're stud packed, so we're gonna add a gusset. The gusset starts with that little wedge piece here. Got to support the top of the gusset, because remember, this board is square to these rafters, but this one's going straight down. So I got to fill in this little gap. Really simple to do. Got to scrap a 2x4. I'm gonna put it where I want it, put my level against it. Then I just gotta come in here with a pencil. Whew, need another hand. Make a mark. And that's my wedge. We already got them all cut, let's put them together. Now I got my piece of plywood, a piece of 5/8. I can't find this in the stores anymore, so we found this one in the attic. Line it up on the cleat I just nailed off. I'm gonna reach behind, mark the edges of my brace.
For aesthetics?
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
We want to cut the corners off.
We don't want to cut corners?
No, we don't want it to look like it's our first rodeo. The other reason I'm cutting them off, we're going to be in and out of this attic forever, right? A year, 2, whatever it takes. I don't want my back going into that corner. Let's put this up. It's gonna be really easy, guys. Just using the framing gun. You can use screws if you want, but look how nice and professional that looks. 2. Out of bullets. So I know they're long. I'm just gonna go in the back, clench them over. Again, so these don't hurt us later when we're renovating the rest of this attic. Nice, guys.
Nice.
That's it. What you think, Red?
Huge difference.
It looks so much better.
Yeah.
So guys, over here, we transferred the load down to your left to the beam over here under this bedroom wall. And this guy, we transferred it to this strong back that's made of 2x6s, really strong there. No pun intended. And then from this one over to your right, it's all sitting on the laundry room wall that remains, so we're just gonna leave it. All right, guys, let's clean up, get out of here, go tear down that wall. All right, guys, back downstairs. This is the 2 walls that were supporting our roof load, where we just transferred the load away from this wall. So let's see if we did our job. I'm going to use this recip saw and make a cut here. If the blade goes freely through, we did our job. If it gets pinched because this is coming down on it, that means we still have a load on this and we did not do our job. Let's see how we did. See that? Perfect. Brad, you want to rip that off there, bud?
Freedom.
Nice. We'll catch these last 2 and then hit that wall. Check this out, guys. The framing is attached with 1 nail on each end, but the doors, this little bifold door, is attached with 15 deck screws. It's not going anywhere. Guys, got all the 2x4s down, looks awesome, right? It looks twice as big as it did when we just tore the drywall down. So we're gonna keep going with the demo. This is actually our last wall. So we got a gas oven, but they ran electric in case we ever want to switch to electric, so we'll leave that. But let's pull the microwave down, pull the oven out, and get rid of this wall. All right, gang, this is it. Final piece of drywall with the tile on the back. I'm going to swing it to me, and that's going to be like the big reveal of what the kitchen is going to look like. Oh. The tile's heavy. Come on in, guys, check it out. This was our goal. We opened up the living room to the kitchen and the dining room. So when you're in the dining room, you can see all the way over there to the fireplace and vice versa. When you're over there watching TV, you'll be able to call in an order to the cook and say, hey, I need something over here. She didn't hear me. But this is what it's going to look like after you remove all your walls and cut open your ceilings. You're going to have Romex raining everywhere. It seems pretty daunting, and it can be. But we want to move, delete, relocate everything in a manner that looks like we were never here. In other words, I would never just put all this up in the ceiling with a junction box and a cover plate on the ceiling. No bueno, right? So let me walk you through what we got. And I'm going to start over here by the door. We got a single pole switch dimmer that controls the two little 4-inch lights right here. These are by Halo, but they're going to go away. We're going to have some more awesome Halo lighting in the living room. We got a laundry room switch on the other side that's in our way. We got this guy. And most everything you see is on circuit 8B. It's a 15 amp circuit. So this is the home run, this little flag. It's feeding this guy, the laundry room switch on the other side of this wall. It's feeding this receptacle. It's feeding this 3-gang box. This all goes away. This is your countertop receptacle, 11A, 20 amp. It's got to be refed in this wall to feed the countertop receptacles on that side. And then all this stuff, these receptacles, these switches, all 8B. We got to move it all. This is 3-way switch number 1 for the dining room, 3-way switch number 2 for the dining room. That blue 3-gang I showed you over there has a 3-way switch for the kitchen lights. This is the second 3-way switch for the kitchen lights. And in this house, they did not use any 14.3 Romex for the 3-ways. They did it all with 14.2. They picked up their neutral somewhere else, and I'm going to show you what they did. So there's a lot of work ahead of us. I showed you what we got. Now let me show you what we want to do. We're going to go right back by the garage door. When you open the door, here's the line of the door. We don't want any switches behind the door. This gets deleted. So we want a 2-gang box here. We're going to have a 3-way switch for the living room, 3-way switch for the kitchen. But I got a stud right here. I got a stud right here. And I got the back of the box for the laundry room switch right there. I don't have any room for a 2-gang box. I could put it here, but it's really close to this door. So that's what we got to do right there. Of course, all this goes away. We're going to take our 12.2 here on a 20 amp. We're going to refeed it in this wall. Pick up this receptacle, the one by the toaster. That's going to be it on that side. We just need 2 over there because the counter is so short. This one's going to end up behind our new refrigerator, so we got to move it over. Not too difficult. That'll be easy once we demo this wall. So off our new 3-way switch for the kitchen, we got to send a 14.3 all the way over here to a 3-gang box for our kitchen lights. We're going to have kitchen overhead lights, under cabinet lights, and a pendant over the sink. So we got to feed that box with power and our travelers from that other 3-way switch, and then come on up and feed our new lights. We also got to take care of this cable here. It's feeding power to the receptacles on this wall. And then behind Jordan, we got kind of the same thing going on. We got a 3-way switch behind them. That's going to go away. 2-gang box, 2 single pole switches, one for the chandelier in the middle and the other one for the can lights. We don't need a 3-way switch in here. We don't have room for it anyway. That's what happens when you start tearing down walls. And then this receptacle needs to be refed. Once we do all that, I do have this one up here. This is a dedicated home run for the refrigerator. We're going to swing it over there. That's kind of the scope. It seems like a lot, and it is, but we just got to get started. I'm going to start over there and work my way this way. We're going to take you through it step by step, try to explain it, make sense, make it fun. Let's get started. So we got a lot to do just right here. So instead of making a hole here for a switch and a hole here for the receptacle, trying to do all that work inside, I'm just gonna cut out all this drywall, guys. We got plenty of patching to do, plenty of retexturing to do, and it's way easier for me, in my opinion, to cut that out, do all my work, and make one big drywall patch instead of making 8 and being frustrated the whole time. Let's get our buzzsaw out, our vacuum, start moving some electrical. Cover plate. So we got an unknown here. I don't know what this one's doing. Thought I had it all figured out, but there's always something you miss. That's why we cut open the walls. So I'm actually gonna go in the attic and trace this cable out. All right, just came down from the attic, got all the cables pulled out. That mystery one was the pantry light. There's a little corner pantry over there. Didn't realize it had a light, but that is powering that light. So now that all the cables are up in the attic, let's go ahead and mount our new boxes. Start rewiring this place.
Did you just get back from the 4th dimension, or what's going on?
Oh, this? Yeah, I love this. So Klein sent me this. I'm gonna turn because it's so bright. Look at that. When I'm in the attic, this is awesome. Wherever I look, I got light. I don't have to hold the light, lose the light in the foam. Love it.
And that doesn't even look like it's full brightness.
Yeah, check this out.
Whoa!
Dimming, is it dimming?
Yeah.
Three settings on each one.
Cyborg stud pack. All right, here we go.
All right, guys, on our remodel, we always match switch height and receptacle height with our new stuff, right? It's supposed to all look the same, so it looks like it was always that way. So I measured to the center of this box right here, made a mark with a Sharpie. All this gets changed, so don't kill me in the comments with putting a Sharpie mark on there. Everything's gonna be brand new. Correspondingly, a center mark on the box. I wish box manufacturers would do this for us, but I just had to measure it. Here's my mark, center line of the box behind me. I'm just gonna line those up, nail it on. They'll all be the same height. Cool, cool. All right, guys, up here in the attic, the black tape to me represents the home run. This is going to the panel, circuit 8B. It is off. This cable is for the pantry light. It goes to the switch, so we got to get that power. These two will be made up in the same box. So we could put the box down here, but typically I like to put them up higher on a brace. That way, like if Rad and Summer ever re-insulate, this won't get buried in the insulation. It's up above the insulation and it's still accessible. So let's nail this on here, make up these two in this box, and then we're also gonna come out of this box and feed all the electrical downstairs right beneath us where Jordan is. Jordan's down there waiting to receive cable. Let's nail this box on, start running some Romex. Now we're gonna feed 120 volts down to Jordan. All right, guys, after like a couple hours, a lot of trips up and down in the attic, we got all this done. Still a little bit left to do, but let me run through what we did. We got our hot coming in here, feeding the box. This cable's feeding the receptacle down there. Had to loop across, feed this box. This is for the laundry room light. There's our switch leg. Got our 14.3 for our kitchen three-way. All that's left is a 14.2 that's gonna pick up power here, send it all the way over there. So I don't have this one stapled down yet, because when I run that next 14.2, I'm gonna pair them together under a staple just like that. Got it all temporarily wired with some Wagos. Let me turn on the breaker, check our work. Laundry room light, boom. Pantry light, the one I forgot, perfect. All right, here's our next step, gang. We're gonna run that 14.3 and that 14.2 from here and right up in the attic, all the way across to where we cut open the ceiling and the dining room. And we're gonna pull it across there because we don't have access by using one of the existing wires that now we don't need. Let's head upstairs, get everything ready, pull some cable. So the two cables we're gonna use actually go over there where Rad is. It's these two right here. Tug on them, bud. See them moving? I know there's a lot of stuff moving right there, but we've already confirmed in the attic that these two cables are coming out over there by Rad. This is my favorite part.
Yeah. Get rid of clutter.
Yeah.
Trash.
All right, guys, the cable in my left hand is the one we'll be pulling. It was original to the house. The two in Jordan's left hand are our two new cables. 14.3 for the kitchen three-ways and a 14.2 to bring the power on that side of the house. So you can see how I did it. I got all the grounds connected, just looped. Now I'm taping everything with black electrical tape. So Rad's on the other end of this one. We're gonna give him the signal, and very slowly he's gonna pull, and we're gonna feed, make everything nice and straight and parallel, just like that. You ready, Rad? Go ahead.
I don't know if he knows which one to pull.
I showed him. What you doing? You all right? Yeah. What's up? I don't see it. All right. He's good. All right, guys, that went great. So now is my favorite part. We're just going to cut all this other wire out. Not that one. Oh. That's the refrigerator. Oh, that one's still on, except that one. That's okay. Trip the breaker. At least those aren't my new. At least those aren't my brand new linemen's. Woo!
Okay, cut. Oh my gosh, Brad.
Everything else we can cut, except
this one.
And this one.
What are the odds?
All right, guys, we got all the cable we pulled nicely wrapped up, secured for the night. Really open this up. Look how great it looks with all the wires out of the way. Well, most of them out of the way, but I really wanted to get Summer some lights tonight in the kitchen. So this is what I came up with. I pulled this plug off of my air compressor and I put it on the switch leg for the lights. If I plug it in, they should come on. There we go. She's got light for tonight. All right, guys, what's next? I think I want to put this in.
Sure.
Let's get our height, cut this box in, keep wiring. What you pointing at?
This.
You want it down?
I want it gone.
I know just the guy. All right, guys, it is the next day, and we got a lot of electrical done yesterday. After we wrapped up the video, I kind of wanted to get my brain wrapped around what I'm doing today with the electrical. We got a lot on this side of the room. But check out what I found. It's really scary. This receptacle right here is fed from this 14-2, which was tied into our power in this wall, which we removed. So we left this little whip to repower that receptacle. This was a three-way switch for the dining room. Remember, there was another one right here. And for those two switches to communicate, you need two travelers. Typically, you run 14-3, you use the black and the red as your travelers and the white as your neutral. They ran 14-2 as the travelers and used the black and the white. And it's these two wires right here. This black goes up to the chandelier. The neutral comes back, but because they didn't run 14-3, now there's no neutral to complete the circuit. What'd they do? They ran another piece of 14-2, this guy right here, down to this receptacle, and they picked up their neutral right there. So these two neutrals were hooked together, and now they had a circuit. But what about this wire? What'd they do with it? They just rolled it back into the back of the box without a wire nut on the end. No big deal, really, except they hooked this black wire coming from the switch box to the receptacle. So this guy was hot. So that means this wire was hot. That could have shocked a DIYer. That could have caused major problems in the house. It could have started a fire. So I'm really glad I found that. So we're simply going to abandon this in the wall because we don't need it anymore. We're going to change our two travelers here into a hot feeding this box. And we're going to do that because here's the other end of it. We can connect all this together to our hot in our new little wall. Power this wall. Let's get started. All right, guys, I'm going to have Jordan and Rad build this wall for me while I continue on some electrical ahead of them. But I want to give them their dimensions. So this pencil mark on our slab right here is 27 inches from our sill plate. Remember, we're going to recess the fridge into this wall. It's basically going to give us a 31-inch deep area for the refrigerator from the edge of this wall to the back of our recess. Come over here to the fridge for me. 31 inches lines up right there. We did it right there, so now these doors can open 180 degrees or to their maximum opening, so you can open up the drawers and everything. Got a lot of comments about we should put in a cabinet depth fridge. Summer and Rad just bought this. Cabinet depth fridges are expensive. They want to use this one, so that's what we're going to do. All right, let's take some measurements, and I'm going to get out the electrical tools, start running some cable.
We're going to get out the framing tools.
You are.
pecs cut, dude. We're flying. We're flying, man. Come on.
Come on. A little bit more drywall removal. I made a cut right down the middle between these two joists. The reason is we got to patch all this, right? We already made a cut on the back side where the kitchen was, but remember our wall for the dining room was right here. So we have a buildup of mud in the corner and we have all this caulk from the crown molding. I don't want to deal with that hump from the mud or the caulk. So it's easier for me just to cut it all out. We'll put in a big patch here with a piece of blocking where I have my left hand. That'll be much easier for us to finish it with mud and we minimize our chances of having a hump in the ceiling where this buildup is. We're gonna pull this down, keep building our wall. Yep.
New wall.
And then I probably want to. Crush that.
That's probably enough.
Great. Think one's good?
We'll do one like, that's all they had in the other one.
Barely.
One's good, right? No, we'll put two. Go ahead.
Two holes.
We already drilled it. Let's see if Brad can go 2 for 2.
Nope. It's all right, Rad. It's a hard one, dude.
Well, it sounded to me like it bottomed out.
Yeah.
I know you were deep enough, but
Right.
maybe there was some powder in there. All right.
Okay.
Cool, guys.
Solid.
All right, guys, awesome. We had to shift modes and do a little framing this morning, build this little wall, came out great. So don't reference it against the existing house because those studs are not plumb or straight, but guaranteed our new wall is. And come up here, we put a 2x4 block right here onto our 2x12 floor joist, and then we nailed the top of our wall into that block. Really strong, happy with the way it came out. But look what we discovered. I saw this the first day we did demo. Got drywall right here. You're looking at the back of drywall paper. In other words, they didn't put a rim joist on the ends of all these floor joists. They just set them on here, put their plywood subfloor on, and kept on going without a rim joist. And I was like, well, you know, okay, it's an interior wall. I get it. It's a track home. But look at this. There's not one on the outside either.
Oh my gosh.
You're looking at the foam. This is the foam sheathing. And the black you're seeing is tar paper. And then the siding, there's nothing there. It's kind of crazy how they build these track homes sometimes. But it's been here for almost 30 years. Who knows what other surprises we're gonna find. Now that this wall is built, we actually have one more we're gonna do. Jordan Rad actually built it. We're ready to install it. Come on over here with me. Let's show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, Jordan Rad made this little 26 by 26 wall, treated sill, just like all our interior walls, right? And it's gonna go right here behind the refrigerator. And it's gonna give me a place for the refrigerator ice maker box and for the refrigerator receptacle. Because remember, we're recessing our refrigerator. If I put them in this wall, you're gonna see all that in this little closet. We don't want that. So we're just gonna build a little wall. I've already made the cutout. Rad's on the other side. Give it a kick, Rad. Yes, sir. Nice. So let me put all these nails, put this wall up, keep moving forward.
Here you go. Why aren't we using Tapcons like normal people?
All right, gang, got our little wall back here behind the refrigerator. Remember, this stud goes away, this one, and the next one. We're gonna frame in a recess so our refrigerator goes all the way back here, picking up like almost 4 inches. Got our ice maker supply here. On the other side of this stud will be the box for the power. I put 2 studs there because typically if I only put one, the cover plate for the ice maker box and the cover plate for the receptacle crash. Now I'm cutting plastic. I don't want to do that, so I doubled them up. My next step is to take 120 volts from right up here, which we fed yesterday. Remember, we pulled it all the way across our ceiling, went really nice. We're going to feed this box with 120 volts, which in turn feeds these 2 cables feeding this wall. Then I got to pop out 120 volts, feed our brand new 3-gang box over here, Once we got power here, it's just a matter of running our switch legs. What's a switch leg? It is simply the NM cable that runs from your switch to your fixture. So for example, it's going to go here to our kitchen spots, here to our under cabinet, here to our pendant. Let me regroup, get my electrical tools, get going. All right guys, that's going to be a wrap on this video. Got the kitchen lights hot wired right here. We have a little bit more electrical to do, but we really can't do that until we tear out the rest of these walls. We got this guy to move and the one up there. So in the next video, a little more demo, a little more let's see what's behind the wall, a little bit more what challenges are we going to face. So smash that like button for us if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you don't cut any live wires around your like button though, really important. Please subscribe to our channel if you're not a subscriber already. Really appreciate that. You can find us over at Insta at StudPackOfficial. If you're looking for some Christmas ideas, you can find StudPack merch at bunkerbranding.com. Guys, super appreciate all the support and we'll see you right back here on our very next StudPack video.